Hello, 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 dear ladies. Today is Monday. I am very glad to see you all. I am very glad that you found the time and opportunity to come to our session. I hope that today we will charge our week with positivity, energy, and enthusiasm. And for the fulfillment of all our plans in the best possible way for us. So, let's do this. At the Institute of Psychology and Creativity, we have this rule that we literally gather for 5 minutes and wait for those who are joining. And while we wait for others to join, let's get acquainted. My name is Ekaterina Bobrova. Last year, I completed the instructor course and received a diploma instructor, aesthetic coach, and neuromaster. I can't recall all of my diplomas right now. In general, that's about me. Now let's talk about you. Where are you from? It seems like a standard question. I have a question. It's very interesting to know the geography of those who are drawing. I see that there are already quite a few of you. I read your hellos. I read your good morning. Now I will gladly read where you are from. So hello, in general, hello, hello. So good morning, hello. We are writing from where? And also, yes, I am actually reading your messages. Who are you? Are you a beginner in neurography? Or are you already an experienced user? Or maybe you are already an instructor or even a supervisor. It would be very, very nice for me if there are such people. And I won't say whether to put pluses or not, just write it directly. I am an experienced user. I am just starting Arkhangelsk, Yoshkar Ola. Hello, Sochi. Hello, Krasnodar. Today we have direct connections to Yekaterinburg and Rubtsovsk. I feel embarrassed right now. Unfortunately, I don't even know Rubtsovsk. Of course, when we finish, I will look at Smolensk. Hello, Taganrog. Oh, what a wonderful city. I love it. I am from Moscow. We are fellow villagers, I would say. Excellent specialist, instructor Elena. It is very nice, very, very nice that colleagues come to such meetings. A beginner, a specialist, an instructor. Listen, look how many of us there are and how different we are. Kazakhstan, Yamalo-Nenets Autonomous Okrug. Oh, Semikarakorsk. I don't know that city either. I will definitely take a look. Tuapse, Rostov-on-Don, Chelyabinsk. We already have several from Chelyabinsk. Yoshkar Ola. Good morning to everyone. Our 5 minutes have passed. Today we will definitely be tuning in for a positive week, an easy week. And now I am absolutely transitioning to the upper camera so that we can get started right away without further ado. Yes, and as always, we will not start drawing right away, but first we will activate our topic for our brain a bit. The topic we have with you is setting the tone for a positive week. And as always, I will set a timer for 2 minutes. You will write, and I will do it together with you. I make these settings every week, whether I can do it at the Institute of Psychology and Creativity or not. I always do it myself. And I am writing directly my successful or positive. And now I will start the stopwatch. I will set it for 2 minutes. And for these 2 minutes, we will write down all the words that come to our minds, all the associative words, positive, negative, and subject predicate verbs in any tense. At first glance, these words may even seem unrelated to you. We are not afraid. The most important thing is that we do not stop. We write without pausing. By the way, words can be repeated. I will time 2 minutes. Let's go. I will write along with you. Finished. Finished. And now we will just start drawing with you now. Let's begin. But before we start drawing, I ask you to do the following. Let's take a moment to synchronize with the field of our sheet. Let's get ready for drawing. We have set our bridge for drawing. Now let's tune our body. Sit up straight, press your feet firmly against the floor, and remember the exercise we did in school where we wrote and wrote until our fingers got tired. We did 3 exercises and quickly rubbed our hands together to feel the warmth, then placed them on our sheet of paper. Many even felt little prickles, which we will consider as energy flowing. Let's begin. We have updated the topic, given the subconscious an opportunity, and opened a door to the subconscious. And now we will return to the realities of our week. Let's recall what we have ahead of us this week. But before we start writing down and sketching what lies ahead, let's remember the first and most important thing. Who will be responsible for completing all these tasks, activities, and plans? This is you. We take a circle and intuitively draw a circle in the center of the sheet. This is us. The circle can be larger or smaller, depending on how you feel this week. If you want to, and for some reason you drew a small circle but feel that you need more strength, take it and forcibly enlarge it. So, we have drawn a circle, and now we need to fill this circle with energy. Without energy, we won't even get out of bed. We will fill the circle with neurographic lines. Remember that the neurographic line is a line that does not repeat itself at any point in its movement and always goes where we do not expect to see it. And let's draw such a neurographic line within ourselves a little. The Piskareva line, also known as the neurographic line, is always about energy. Just literally a few lines. We will literally create a buildup of energy for the week. And right away, in this triangle, what triangle? Maybe I already have in my head that I am a triangle. Remember that the triangle represents the story of stepping out of the comfort zone, and this week I definitely have that, as well as stepping out of the comfort zone. And right away, we do the conjugation. We remove all the conjugation, all the angles. I just mentioned that an angle is a way out of the comfort zone. Deep down, I definitely do not want to step out of the comfort zone. I want the week to be successful, positive, smooth, and easy. Who else? Not for the first time, who is a complete beginner. We connect. We remove these sharp corners and finish triangles at the intersections. And now just repeat and do as I do. If you like it, if you decide that neurography is something that truly resonates with you, then I think you definitely need to go through the user course where Pavel Mikhailovich explains how to use neurography in a more professional way. Not just at the level of a masterclass, but revealing all the secrets. My profitable week in investments. Wonderful, wonderful, just wonderful. I support. So we drew ourselves. We have already set a certain flow of energy for ourselves. Now let's recall all the plans we had for this week and draw them. We will draw in a certain way. We will place them at a distance from ourselves. Now just repeat after me, but bring your own meanings into your shapes. Here is my first figure, which symbolizes probably the most important event of this week. I have big clients, and they are quite complex. I need to prepare for them and conduct my meetings very effectively, and I draw them as big circles. Remember that a circle represents perfection. It is about the divine. It is about harmony. It doesn't have to go without a hitch. This week, I also have a very big meeting with friends, and I want to mark it as a large figure. You recall your plans and draw your figures too. I ended up with a very, 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 very big circle. The next event, I will allow myself not to speak about it. It is of a personal nature, but it also holds great significance for me. Here. And I also have 2 whole days planned for this week. I will take a break from work. I will recover and spend time with my son. This is very, very important to me. And one more round like this. These shapes can be not only round. Those of you who have already gone through the specialist or completed other courses can fill them with your own meanings. But I still definitely recommend drawing circles in this setup, as we are drawing an ideal week, a positive week, smooth and harmonious. So now I will draw another little circle, a circle that is something unknown, an unexpected surprise, because every week something unexpectedly comes up that disrupts your plans in an unexpected way. I want to right away incorporate this into my plans and make it flow smoothly into my week. Here. Next, it's not for nothing that I asked you to draw these circles further away from yourselves. Let's think about what we need during the week, what state we need in order to address all these matters. I will repeat once again that these are your meanings, and perhaps even sign them. Here I have a son. Here are indeed very important clients. So here are very close friends, and more. I can't sign here, it's very personal. And what mindset is needed for everything to go smoothly? After all, everything really depends on our attitude towards what is happening, on our mindset and on our thoughts. This is definitely the mindset we should have. Let's create our important state for the week. And the first thing I want for myself, you have your own meaning, is to add calmness here. The week is extremely hectic, and there is indeed a lot to be done. I also want to look at everything very calmly. I also want to not lose and even strengthen my sense of harmony, that balance between my major work tasks and my personal life, that life balance. So actually, I need strength. January is coming to an end. January is historically a complex month, it seems to me, because of these big holidays. Then to go out. Then the month ended, but the tasks only began. That's why I really need strength and energy right now. It's no longer just a small adjustment, but a big, big source of positivity. And I really want to have a good mood. I will even make it bigger, just like that. I want to walk around and smile all the time, but not like a fool. Just to have an inner smile for everything that happens. And I definitely need discipline here this week. It is absolutely important. I wanted to draw a square as we have historically, but I will also draw it as a circle. The discipline should be such that it doesn't come from a place of I can't or I don't want to, but rather that everything just works out. And perhaps, as always, I will leave one little circle for what I still don't know we need. So right now, we have drawn ourselves, and we have drawn the tasks that we need to accomplish. We understood what state we need to create for ourselves in order for the week to go smoothly. And let's combine all of this into a single composition using those very neurographic lines. Let me remind you once again that a neurographic line is a line that does not repeat itself at any point in its movement. It always goes where you do not expect to see it. So, let's start drawing and try to track it. I want to go there, but I feel resistance. If resistance arises, this resistance is a unique thing. It triggers our insights, yes, and it is something that needs to be constantly tracked. It evokes certain memories, wondering why resistance suddenly arose. Some images come to mind. At this moment, the body begins to react. It reacts to our actions, to the neurographic line that goes somewhere we do not expect to see it. And in fact, the neurographic line is indeed the main asset of neurography, and it truly serves as the guide that helps us with the changes we plan, draw, and expect. It is inherently one of a kind and special. So I stopped. Right now I will pause and understand whether these very lines that connect our entire week into a single composition are enough for me or not. Just, a few deep breaths. What is on my inner screen right now? How does my body feel? My feet are cold, although they usually get cold. On the contrary, when I draw, I get hot, so I will add a few more lines. Just track it. Track your state. Listen to your inner voice at the moment when you are drawing, and indeed there lie our great resources. So that's probably all for now, and we move on to the next stage, an important stage, coupling. I will repeat once again that any thought, any line that has appeared in our drawing is our thought. We have now put everything we have inside onto the sheet, and in some places we have formed intersections. Intersections are unfinished triangles, which means certain internal conflicts, although perhaps not always internal conflicts. We need to eliminate internal conflicts and create a unified composition on the page, not fragmented. Tasks separately, you separately, state separately, individually, respectively. It should be a unified whole. It should be your successful week. Therefore, we connect by eliminating intersections everywhere. If it's your first time, just repeat after me. I will now demonstrate on a large figure. We create such an arc, removing the white space with a marker, and do this 4 times. Pay close attention to ensure that there are no burrs left on the drawing, as this is also a kind of sharpness. Here I have it right here, and I carefully smooth it out, and gently like this. Here, I hope it's clear. So, if something is unclear, or if you want to ask a question, I have the chat in front of me. I can see everything. I read everything. It may not be immediately, but I periodically glance at it. So feel free to ask questions. Thus, we continue to smooth things out, and in some of our compositions, we have triangles that we use. However, when we draw triangles, we have, a managed conflict. We intentionally introduce triangles ourselves. In cases where we draw neurographic lines and they intersect, it is definitely an internal conflict that our subconscious has highlighted for us. But this is an uncontrollable thing, so we definitely smooth it out. And thus, I am reading your messages. Specialist user for a total of approximately 5 months. Right now, I'm currently reading. I finished the Institute of Creative Psychology last year, the instructor course. Right now, I'm reading about who the specialists and users are. I think there is still a lot of wonderful things ahead for you. I guess on one hand, I have given a lot to go through the instructor course once again. I will recommend it everywhere and always talk about it. Right now, I am by no means advertising it, but I am sincerely grateful to this course from the bottom of my heart for the huge changes that have occurred over the year, which it seems to me, without neurography would not have happened at all. They would have simply I wouldn't have been able to handle them even if they had started to happen. So when I read that someone is a specialist and someone else is a beginner, oh Lord, how beautiful this journey is. You still have so much ahead of you. Well, although I am sure that I definitely do too. So, I continue to couple the experience. Why do you call coupling triangles? I do not actually refer to coupling as triangles. In fact, coupling is the process of getting rid of triangles. It is a process of smoothing. The triangles, unfinished triangles that arise during the drawing process. I refer to triangles exclusively as triangles, and if you are an experienced user, by incorporating triangles into the drawing, you effectively introduce a managed conflict such as, and efficiently. When you have an uncoupled intersection, you are essentially left behind with an uncontrollable and unfinished triangle, because any intersection is in fact a sharp angle. Therefore, I do not refer to coupling as triangles. Coupling is coupling. Is it necessary to neurograph circles? It is possible. You can neurograph circles. You can choose to neurograph or not, if you want to add even more. Harmony, if you want to create an even greater aesthetic impression, which is important because neurography also works through aesthetics. One can neurograph I didn't have that feeling or desire today. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. It would be wonderful. Even more energy. Remember that the quality of our results depends on the number of neurographic lines. Therefore, the more neurography there is, the more lines there are, the more energy there is, and the higher the quality of the result. So just a second, I'm finishing my coupling in the circle. Moving on. I am from Latvia. Oh, great. We have never had anyone from Latvia here before. There were people from Germany, from the Czech Republic, from France, but this is the first time from Latvia. It's nice. I can't draw with the specialist right now. Will it be possible to review the video in the evening? Yes, it is indeed, definitely and absolutely possible. I know that on the Telegram channel and on YouTube, all the links to all the broadcasts that took place before me are saved. Our sessions take place every Monday, and there are settings from any Monday. You can be absolutely positively sure. There will be a recording on YouTube, and there will be a link in the Telegram channel. So come in any way you prefer. Feel free to search and watch at your convenience. Wishing you a safe journey then, since you are currently on your way to work. Have a good trip and a successful work week. Be sure to check it out in the evening. So, I am finishing the coupling, and now comes, I think, the most beloved part. Everyone's favorite stage, the incorporation of color. Today, we can add color in several ways. And the first, my favorite one, is the intuitive one. I will quickly explain that the rule is that when adding color, we fill in at least 2 adjacent cells. This is important because we have indeed begun to form a neural contour, and color in particular helps us strengthen this neural contour. Therefore, remove color from at least 2 adjacent cells. You can take at least more. Sometimes there are paintings in monochrome with just one color, but here I wouldn't immediately dive into monochrome either, as color creates our state of being. One can overdo it by creating a single state. It seems to me that you might not feel confident about that. Our success, our successful work week ultimately depends on the combination of our states. We choose at least 2 cells and color intuitively. If our neurographic line always goes against resistance, we are directly tracking it. Yes, neurography is not meditative. Neurography practice is indeed conscious drawing, very conscious drawing. We track every minute of what we draw and always carefully and consistently monitor the feelings and emotions that arise. We are currently adding color in a way that is intuitively. We just take that pencil, marker, or felt tip pen that your hand reaches for, that your heart suggests, I don't know. In this case, our subconscious, our brain actually shows us the colors that it needs to enhance this state. Indeed, in fact. Therefore, in this particular case, we absolutely trust ourselves and definitely take what we want. If you are an instructor, I observe that there are both instructors and experienced specialists here. You can use light and add the colors you need to enhance your week in your teaching methods, as well as both options are indeed very effective. That's it. And if we take it intuitively, I would, give one recommendation here, as I already mentioned, that colors primarily create our state. What we set for ourselves for the week, those states, and it seems to me, I always say it seems, although I am really sure about it, that the success of any project, any event, anything at all, lies in the fact that we are not driven by just one emotion, not by just one note, but we have truly different emotions. Sometimes you need to feel sad, sometimes to have fun, sometimes to pull yourself together and to start working, I don't know, in a disciplined way, like those little robots. In general, all states should be present, and so Try to bring in the maximum variety of different colors into this creative work today. I wanted to say that a rainbow might not even be just a rainbow, it could be even more than a rainbow. And we should remember that color, among other things, creates an impression of our drawing. We need to make the drawing feel close to us so that it evokes a sense of warmth, softness, and happiness, especially in our drawing today. Therefore, color creates an impression, and the greater the impression, the significantly higher our motivation. And I always refer to the stage of archetyping, saying that I am, in a way, a person who works with excess weight. Just imagine you arrive at work and suddenly you see a not so close colleague who has lost weight, and immediately you feel inspired, thinking, yes, I can do it too. It's really cool and beautiful, so you buy a gym membership and start working out, completely giving up all the pastries. But literally, after 2 to 3 days, that impression fades because you no longer see your colleague and everything is forgotten. Well, the gym membership is lost somewhere, and the pastries are back in your diet. The impression is gone, and if, God forbid, you, not you, someone else, let's say, right here, not you, went to the doctor, and the doctor says that if you don't lose weight, then nothing good will come of it. And this is where the impression starts to go off the charts, seriously. And it doesn't last very long. And accordingly, your motivation fades, and you found a ticket to the gym, and you don't even want the pastries that much anymore. The impression was definitely made. Indeed, your motivation is at the highest level. We need to use color to create a feeling from the drawing lasting for a very long time. I am a beginner. We don't have triangles, do we? No, there are no triangles in this drawing. In neurography, triangles exist. They are used quite often. Triangles. Well, many people are afraid of triangles, and probably rightly so, because if they are used incorrectly, they can cause harm. So, not here. Overall, yes, that's it. The upper right corner is left. Yes, thank you very much for the suggestion. It happens. In fact, there is nothing scary about it. We took a permanent marker and carefully corrected the mistake on the document, ensuring everything was accurate. Overall, I will probably talk about my personal experience. The ability to see, I have always thought, whether all intersections are connected or not, depends on experience. I am already quite an experienced person in neurography. Neurography has been a part of my life for probably the 3rd or 4th year now. Considering that there are only 10 sciences, I consider myself an experienced companion. I thought I should already see all the intersections absolutely, to intersect everything. But no, and here, I noticed a certain trend. If the topic we are working on is well developed and accepted by the mind, then the number of unresolved intersections will be minimal. If the topic is sharp, and you are just starting, there will be significantly more intersections. This is purely my experience that I am sharing now. I have noticed this for probably more than a year now, and I have always been surprised that as an instructor, when my students send me their work for review, I can see the unresolved moments immediately, but in my own work, I might not notice them. I assume that the strength lies in the depth and thoroughness of our task. That's it. I haven't taken the neurocolor course yet. I intuitively choose pink, purple, and yellow. I'll add others later. Actually, purple is my favorite color, I think. Once you go through neurocolor, you will understand red means and blue means. They seem to be a bit antagonistic towards each other, I think. And purple is a mixture of the colors red and blue, and this mix of passion and wisdom is my absolute favorite. And yellow, it seems to me, is just the classic of color. Yellow is needed, it seems to me, everywhere. In general, if you go through neurocolor, definitely go for neurocolor. Colors in neurography have immense significance, which is why in the field of neurography they play a crucial role in understanding the brain's complex functions and processes. So, I have one little circle left to complete the illustration. What do I draw in the fight against excess weight? Oh, listen, I draw a lot in the fight against excess weight, but that's not the topic of today's meeting, so I probably don't know how to. No, let's stick to on today's topic, on the topic of setting intentions for the week. I would gladly share, but there are only 2 of us here today who are interested in this topic, while at the meeting there are significantly more of us. Therefore, let's focus on setting intentions for the week, on a successful and easy passage, and on the implementation of your plans. So, and my last little circle is really feeling it. I mentioned that my legs are icy, and this is strange for me because when I draw, on the contrary, I start to feel hot. And now, tracking my state, finally finishing the color, I realize that the energy has begun to flow in. I have already started to definitely achieve the effect that I want. Here it is. For some reason, I color the circles clockwise until they are completely filled in. What does this indicate? I don't know what this means. It seems to me that it indicates you are a disciplined person and you color all the circles the same way. As for me, I color them this way and that way, and in different styles, and sometimes with different colors. Here I just took and added red. In fact, it seems to me that this doesn't really say anything significant, so I have finished my circles. What do I want here? I want to add a little yellow because I feel it's lacking. I will definitely add it to the background indeed, but very easily. Here, I would like to remind you that color is applied to at least 2 adjacent cells, as color helps us significantly enhance the neural contour. If we suddenly find ourselves in a trap where there is one cell left uncolored like this, and everything around it is colored, we simply take it and divide it along the neurographic line into 2. The color is ready. Let's move on to the most energetic part of the drawing, the lines of the field. The lines of the field are lines of energy, lines of support, lines that, I don't know how to say, divine. I hesitate to say it, but divine. The question here is that everyone has their own concept of God. Some believe in God, some in hell, and some in higher powers. And even someone who believes in nothing still believes in something, yes, like in that song where the absence of faith is a form of faith. Definitely, Elena. If I want to add more lines, please add them. The number of neurographic lines determines the quality of the result. And now we move on to neurography, to the lines of the field. Field lines are neurographic lines, just like all the others, but they are denser and more vibrant. They can follow existing lines or choose their own path. The main thing is that when you open your drawing and look at it, you see these are the field lines. I recommend drawing 2 field lines in this drawing. You can draw from 1 to infinity, but based on experience, if you draw more than 5, they will merge with the existing lines. All intersections that arise must be smoothed out. We must remember that we don't need any conflicts here. Instead, we are drawing a smooth, soft, and very positive week. Here, I recommend 2 lines of the field, because one of them seems to me that I want a bit more support. But if we draw more than 2, it creates the feeling in this drawing that's, on one hand, we have indicated that this is us, that this is our state, that we are responsible for ensuring that all our events go smoothly and gently. However, by drawing a lot of this support, we are like, well, let something help us. No, in this drawing, let's also take responsibility for the states we carry, for the ones we desire, and for discipline. After all, neurography indeed helps us interact with ourselves. I have drawn my lines and fields. Thank you so much. Thank you for the lesson. Thank you for your words. I blushed a bit. It's a pity you are not here now. Maybe it's not a pity. It's good that you can't see me. And now, the energy has definitely started flowing. And we are moving on to the fixation figure. The fixation will tell our brain that we have completed our drawing. And now it's time to start taking action. Choose something from your drawing. First, intuitively look at that fixation figure. Rather, it is about your drawing as a whole, and, intuitively, which fixation figure resonates with you the most. Here, I want to create fixation figures of myself, and it holds a very significant meaning for me. I clearly and completely understand that how my entire week goes depends entirely on my attitude towards all the various events. The fixation figure is also a form of emphasis, just like the lines of the field. Some figures are more vibrant, bolder, and have a more visible line. This figure, I want to emphasize once again, indicates what we will focus on during the week, what our brain should concentrate on. And I choose a figure for myself that symbolizes me. I take responsibility for the states that I have drawn, because in general it is indeed absolutely and undoubtedly our choice how we will react to a given circumstance. And I drew the entire picture about how I would perceive correctly, react correctly, and smile all week. And if I will remember well, this cartoon, smile, share your smile, yes, it seems to me that it should be shown in all psychological, psychiatric, oh my God, institutions where psychology is studied, just like that, I said, articulating. So, my fixation figure is me. I am responsible for how my week will be, but here you will feel it for yourself. Just take a look. For a moment, detach yourself from what your body is telling you. I don't see what you want to impose. Insert the square. If you understand why you want to insert the square, what does it mean for you? What is inside this square? I mentioned at the very beginning that those who work with figures know their meanings. We can fill the drawing with our own. For me, this is a week of harmony. Circles are harmony for you. Maybe this is a week of stability, and you need squares. Bring them in. So now it's the 8th stage. Oh, the 7th stage. We have styling. Let's take another look at our drawing. Let's look at our inner screen. What does it tell us? What images do we have there? What does our body say? What does the inner voice suggest? What is missing in the drawing for it to be perfect? I look, and I definitely miss the lines in the background. We have lines in the background. These are indeed the lines that connect us to society. I really miss them. We drew, but even then I truly felt that it was enough for me. I didn't need more. But now I understand that for everyone, for a successful turn of events, in order for everything to come together, I need to interact more with the outside world, more with society. And I add them to myself. This way, the drawing becomes more vivid and richer and more vivid and richer for me. Yes, I really needed that. Look at your own. Maybe you are lacking color. Maybe you have too much. Or on the contrary, maybe there is not enough color. And then take a white pencil and mute the colors. So, what I have finished drawing for my week. Right now, feeling the sensation, I am smiling. I have been picturing to myself that I am internally smiling throughout the week. I have already started smiling. It seems to me that you can even hear it in my voice. I want to check how well my brain has indeed solidified my beliefs, and I will actually return to the point where we will once again write down the words and check how everything went for us. In fact, I will time 2 minutes. If you can't keep up with me, it's not a big deal. You can finish the drawing throughout the day. Perhaps you will even want to add something else in terms of figures. But for now, let's take our pens. I will set a timer for 2 minutes once again, and we will write some words together. Similarly, the words are already associations that arise now. The subjects are the verbs. You can use the word combination, but if you want to write a sentence, that would be incorrect. You haven't turned off your radio, and we need to feel what has happened inside you. So, individual words, everything that comes to mind. I set a timer for 2 minutes. Let's write. I am with you. We finished, and now just take a moment to look at the words you had at the beginning and how they have changed. I had the word fear twice and something about money, something oppressive, yes. But now I have words like smile, hugs, happiness, everything will work out, confidence. I really feel that the adjustment went very well. I hope yours did too. I hope that I was able to share a part of my energy with you as well. Now we have finished. I'm switching to the external camera right now, so thank you very much. Thank you so much for your kind words, and please for the hint. It's good that we understood that the square is always present in neurography. Truly, it is very important to always understand the meanings that you bring into your drawing and artwork. Drawing from the perspective of meditation is possible, but it seems to me that it's simply unnecessary to spend your energy on it. Meditation is meditation. Neurography is meaningful drawing. There should be its own meanings. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you for your kind words. Wishing you a good week, positive, bright, and kind. And may everything unfold in the best way for you. Have a wonderful week. May January end even better than it began.